This is Bill Gates speaking. I want to tell you something very important. The world is not okay. We are living in a time where pain, fear, and injustice are growing. I am here to say something clear. I want the world to stop and listen. I am speaking from the deck of a ship. The name of this ship is Madeleen. This ship is not just a boat. It is a message. It is a message for peace. It is a message for people who are suffering. It is a message to say, I see you. I hear you. I care. I chose this ship for a reason. I wanted to take a different kind of journey. Not a journey for luxury, not a vacation, but a journey to send a signal to the world. That signal is simple. We must do better. We must be better. We must care about each other again. That is why I am sailing on the Madeleen with the Palestinian flag flying high. Some people ask me why. Why now? Why Palestine? My answer is clear. Because people are in pain. Because children are dying. Because mothers cry at night. Because homes are gone. Because people feel forgotten. I want them to know that they are not forgotten. I want them to know that someone like me, a man with power, with money, with a voice, is not turning away. I want them to know that I am looking straight at them and saying, you matter. Your life matters. Your pain matters. Your future matters. That is why I am here. The Madeleen is my way of showing that I do not accept silence. I do not accept excuses. I do not accept the suffering of innocent people as normal. This is not normal. Bombs are not normal. Hunger is not normal. Hopelessness is not normal. I am tired of pretending that it is. I know this is not a big speech at the United Nations. I know this is not a press event. This is a man on a ship in the sea. But sometimes a quiet message can speak louder than 1,000 microphones. Now let me tell you how this all began. A few months ago, I was reading reports from the region. I saw numbers. I saw photos. But I also saw stories. I saw faces. I saw pain that I could not forget. So I decided to act. I looked for a ship that could carry more than me. A ship that could carry a symbol. That ship became the Madeleen. She is 48 meters long. She runs on solar energy and hybrid power. She is quiet. She is clean. She is respectful to the planet. That was important to me. I wanted the ship to be peaceful in every way. Not just in message, but in how she moves. I brought together a small team. People from different backgrounds. Engineers, doctors, teachers, even a poet. We sailed from the Mediterranean near Greece, moving slowly south. We passed Cyprus. We passed Lebanon. We sailed near the waters of Gaza. We did not dock. We did not interfere. We only observed. From a respectful distance. We listened. We learned. We sent small packages at sea. Medicine, letters, toys, symbols of care. We did not want headlines. We wanted hearts. Along the way, I spoke to fishermen, to volunteers, to refugees, to sailors. I heard one thing again and again. Please do not forget us. That sentence broke me, because forgetting is easy. Turning the channel is easy. Scrolling is easy. But remembering, that takes strength. That takes heart. I have made many speeches in my life. About technology. About business. About climate. But this is not about ideas. This is about people. This is about a child who cannot sleep. This is about a mother who has no milk. This is about a student who cannot go to school because the school is gone. I want to say this clearly. This is not about sides. I'm not taking sides in war. I am standing with humanity. I'm standing with life. I also care about Israeli families who live in fear. I care about peace for everyone. I care about Jewish children, Muslim children, Christian children, all children. They all deserve a future. They all deserve hope. They all deserve peace. I know some people will be angry with me. I accept that. Some will say I should stay in tech. Some will say I should be quiet. But I cannot be quiet, not now. Not when the world is bleeding. Not when silence is the same as approval. That is why I am speaking today. I am using this ship. I am using my voice. I am using my heart. The Madeleen is not a protest. The Madeleen is a reminder that peace is possible, a reminder that care is powerful, a reminder that the world is not forgotten. I believe symbols matter. The sunlight is turned into energy. That energy powers the ship. When there is no sun, she uses a hybrid system. That means a mix of electric power and very low-emission fuel. This helps her move quietly and safely. We do not want to make noise. We do not want to pollute the sea. We want to respect nature. That is important to me. I have spent many years learning about climate change. I have read the science. I have met with farmers, scientists, and leaders. I have seen how floods, droughts, and fires are hurting people. Climate change is real. It is not a future problem. It is happening now. That is why I wanted the Madeleen to be a clean ship. I did not want her to be part of the problem. I wanted her to be part of the solution. When we built this ship, we made sure every part was sustainable. The lights use LED technology. The windows are energy efficient. The kitchen uses less water. The toilets save water too. Every little part helps. Even the paint on the ship is special. It does not release harmful chemicals into the sea. This might sound small, but when you add it all together, it makes a big difference. I believe we can all do small things that help. It does not have to be a big ship. It can be turning off a light. It can be walking instead of driving. It can be planting a tree. These things matter, and when we all do them together, the world becomes better. On the Madeleen, we also recycle everything. Plastic, paper, glass. We have bins for each type. We clean up after ourselves. We do not throw anything into the sea. The sea is not our garbage bin. It is our home. It is full of life. Fish, dolphins, coral, sea turtles. They all live here. They all deserve to be safe. When we sail, we also collect data. We have small machines that measure the temperature of the water. We check the quality of the air. We track plastic floating on the surface. We send this data to scientists. They use it to understand the ocean better. They use it to protect our future. We also have solar batteries. These store energy during the day. At night, we use that energy to run lights, tools, and even our small computers. Yes, we have internet on the ship, but we use it carefully. We try not to waste power. We use only what we need. This is part of our lesson. Live simple. Live smart. Live clean. I wanted to share this message with the world. That is why we made a video about the ship. That is why we post updates online. That is why I talk to you now. I want to tell you about a very emotional part of the trip. I want to tell you what we saw, what we felt, and what we learned when we sailed close to Gaza. I will speak clearly. I will speak with heart, because this part touched us deeply. We had been sailing south in the eastern Mediterranean. The sky was clear. The sea was calm, but our hearts were not. We knew what was ahead. We knew we were nearing one of the most sensitive and painful areas in the world. Gaza is a small strip of land. It is only about 40 kilometers long, but the suffering there is heavy. Too heavy. I had read the news for years. I had seen the reports. But being close, seeing it with my own eyes, is something different. The Madeleen did not enter the port. We stayed at sea. We kept a respectful distance. We did not want to cause problems. We did not want to break rules. But we wanted to be present, to be near, to witness, to show the people of Gaza that we care, that the world still sees them, that they are not alone, that they are not forgotten. As we approached, we lowered the sails. We slowed down. Everyone on the ship became quiet. The atmosphere changed. No one gave orders. No one talked about work. We stood on deck. We looked to the shore. We saw buildings. We saw smoke in the distance. We saw damage. But more than that, we felt sadness. Deep sadness. A kind of quiet that is not peaceful. A quiet full of pain. I stood at the edge of the ship. I looked through binoculars. I saw people walking. I saw children playing in broken streets. I saw fishermen fixing boats. I saw laundry hanging from destroyed balconies. Life was still happening. People were still trying. That broke me and inspired me at the same time. I thought, how do they find the strength to keep going? And then I remembered something. I was told by a young man from Gaza during a Zoom call months ago. He said, we do not live because it is easy. We live because we must, because we love, because we hope. I held those words in my heart. On the ship, we brought with us letters. Letters written by people from around the world. Letters for Gaza, words of care, words of solidarity, words of peace. We placed those letters into glass bottles. We sealed them carefully. We tied them with ribbons. And one by one, we released them into the sea. We watched as the waves carried them gently toward the shore. Maybe someone will find them. Maybe not. But that is not the point. The point is that we tried. The point is that we sent something, that we did not just pass by in silence. We also dropped a small raft. On that raft were packages, medicine, notebooks, small toys, soap, toothbrushes, nothing big, but everything chosen with love. We marked it as a peace offering. We left it to the tide. I know it is not a solution. I know it is not enough. But I also know that small actions matter, that human gestures speak loudly. As we floated there, we played music, soft music, violin, a guitar. No lyrics, just sound. We played toward the shore, toward the people we could not reach. It was our way of saying we are with you. We care. Some people on the ship cried. Some closed their eyes. Some held hands. It was a moment I will never forget. After a while, we raised the sails again. We moved on. But we did not leave Gaza behind. We carry it with us. In our minds. In our hearts. I want to speak now not as a sailor, not as a businessman, but as a human being. What is happening to innocent people is not right. It is not fair. It must change. We must not get used to suffering. We must not look away. We must not call it normal. Children without schools, hospitals without medicine, homes without roofs, futures without hope. This is not normal. This should never be accepted. I call on leaders. I call on citizens. I call on all of us. Let us demand better. Let us do better. Peace is not just a dream. It is a need. It is a right. It is possible. I do not pretend to have all the answers, but I know that peace will not come if we stay silent. If we stay far, if we stay afraid. I believe in dialogue. I believe in justice. I believe in equality. I believe in safety for all. Palestinians, Israelis, everyone. The Madeleen was built for peace, but peace is not built on water. It is built on truth, on respect, on courage. We must talk. We must listen. We must act. And we must love. I hope one day to walk on the shore of Gaza, to shake hands, to learn, to help. Until then, I will keep speaking. I will keep sailing. I will keep hoping. This is not the end. This is a beginning. After 12 days at sea, after visiting coastlines, after sharing silence, words, music, and letters, I am now ready to tell you what I have learned. These are not business lessons. These are not technology insights. These are life lessons. I want to speak from the heart. I want to speak clearly. I want to leave something honest behind. On the first day, I was nervous. Even someone like me, who has spoken at world summits and stood on big stages, felt unsure. I wondered how this would be received. I wondered if people would laugh. I wondered if they would care. But as the Madeleen left the harbor, as the sails caught the wind, all the noise left my mind. What remained was purpose. What remained was a sense of right, and that feeling never left me. On the second day, we met dolphins. They swam next to us. They played in the waves. They reminded me of joy. Simple joy, uncontrolled, unfiltered. Joy that does not care who is rich or poor. That was a powerful reminder. On the third day, I spoke with a refugee rescue boat over radio. They told me stories I cannot forget. A child who crossed the sea with no parents. A mother who held 2 babies and lost one. A teenager who wants to study law but has no papers. I listened, I cried. I promised to help. I will keep that promise. On the 4th day, we reached Cyprus. We did not dock, but we saw the lights. We heard music from the land. That night, we all danced on the deck. No cameras. No speeches. Just movement. Just humans being alive. It felt healing. On the 5th day, we collected trash from the sea. Plastic bags, bottles, fishing nets. The ocean is beautiful, but it is also choking. We filled 10 bags. It felt like a drop in a big ocean. But even a drop matters. On the 6th day, we had a group talk. Each person on the ship shared why they came. One said they lost a friend in war. Another said they wanted to do something good before turning 30. One said they were just curious. All reasons were valid. All reasons were human. On the 7th day, we sailed silently. No talking for 12 hours. Just watching, listening, breathing. We noticed things we had missed before. The color of the sea, the shape of the clouds, the flight of birds. It made us calm. It made us present. On the 8th day, we reached Gaza. I already shared that story, but what I did not say is how it changed us. After that day, we spoke more softly. We laughed less. We hugged more. Something had shifted. Something had settled in our bones. On the 9th day, we wrote letters to our future selves. Mine said, keep caring even when it's hard. Keep hoping even when it's quiet. Keep moving even when you're tired. I will try. On the 10th day, we saw a rainbow. We took it as a sign. of renewal, of peace, of something better. We smiled. We took pictures. But more than that, we remembered what rainbows mean. They come after storms. On the 11th day, we shared what we were grateful for. One said fresh water. One said warm sun. One said being seen. I said I was grateful for time. Time to think. Time to feel. Time to speak without interruption. And on the 12th day today, I speak to you now. We are headed back. Our sails are full. Our hearts are heavy but hopeful. I want to say this. If you are watching this, if you are listening, you matter. Your actions matter. Your voice matters. You do not need a ship. You do not need a microphone. You only need a heart. Sit, speak, care, share, do not wait. The world needs more kindness. The world needs more brave people. Not perfect people. Just people who try. I have made mistakes in my life. I have gotten things wrong. But I try. I learn, I grow. This journey has made me softer. This journey has made me clearer. This journey has made me more human. I hope you find your own Madeleen. Maybe it is a garden. Maybe it is a classroom. Maybe it is a kitchen table. But find your place of peace. Find your reason. Then share it. I thank the sea. I thank my team. I thank every child who sent us letters. I thank every person who waved from the shore. I thank you for giving me your time, for opening your heart, for believing in peace. This is not goodbye. This is see you soon. From the deck of the Madeleen, I send this last message. May your days be full of light. May your steps be full of courage. May your life be full of meaning. I'm Bill Gates, thank you. Greta reminds us all that courage doesn't wait for age. She speaks for a generation and challenges mine to finally listen. Bill Gates aboard the Madeleen.